Hello and welcome to day 157 of the 365-day meditation challenge, where I challenge myself to meditate for 1 hour a day in 2 sessions of 31 minutes. I have my beautiful timer over here, and I'm trying to put a lot more emphasis on the energy levels that I have. Hopefully, in a few months, I will have so much energy that you won't be able to recognize me. Well, I wouldn't be surprised if that happened, and I would be actually impressed if that happens, but probably it's not gonna definitely happen, but who knows? At least for now, if I pump up my state like this, I feel a bit more energetic, I feel a bit more pumped up, I feel a bit more alive, so it's good to know that this works. But I need to hold the experiment for longer. I'm trying to build upon the experiment that I initially thought about, which is to put a lot more energy and conviction into my words, speak a lot faster. And not only that, but now I'm adding another caveat, another beautiful step to the order of things, which is to only work around the edges of the comfort zone that I have. And probably in just a few months, I'm going to be able to speak so much faster and have a lot more skill around this filming myself thing, this YouTube journey. And I should also remember to laugh because it really helps with clearing the mind and making all of the controls go away and trusting in myself that I will say the words that I should say. And it's fun to really look at the improvement that I've done and the levels that there are in this beautiful thing that it's called filming yourself. I don't know what I'm talking about, but that's good because it means I am at the edge of the comfort zone, at the edge of my comfort zone, so that I am improving, so that I can become better, because that is my dream, to become better, a better speaker, because I believe that in doing so, I will open myself to other opportunities and other things to do. I believe that talking in front of the camera is the hardest thing to do when it comes to content creation. If you can honestly make talking in front of the camera, the skill of talking in front of the camera and presenting and talking and being free, I think that that's the most overlooked things in social media. Most people think of the algorithm or the camera or the light or the microphone as being so much more important. But I do truly believe that the biggest differentiator is the personality, the look, and the feeling of what you are saying, the energy that you put inside those words, the ability to articulate your ideas in a proper manner without feeling like you are just sucked drain of life. I truly believe that it is super important to just put yourself out there in this matter until you feel so much more comfortable with expanding energy that it is flawless. For now, it feels a bit forced. It doesn't feel performative. It used to feel so much more performative. Now this is just super easy. I've accommodated myself. My mind has solved the discrepancy. It has solved the, how is it called? Remember, the dissonance. It has solved the dissonance between, oh, we are talking like this and it's super weird and super fast, because 6 months ago, I think when I tried to talk like this with this much energy and with this speed, I wasn't able to do it for more than 5 seconds without hyperventilating and thinking like, oh my God, how can I speak like this? Because I was looking at the laptop, I was checking the footage afterwards, and I was like, okay, if I talk normally how I would talk to someone if someone was in the room, it doesn't look at all interesting. It doesn't look as if I have energy. It looks as if I'm bored, as if I don't have any energy, as if I'm just dead and just like in a daze. I'm dazed and confused. But if I put so much more energy and I talk super, super fast, then I noticed that I looked so much better. But it was like 6 months ago, it was unsustainable. It felt so performative, not only performative, but it felt impossible to do. It took 6 months to be able to just try and not feel as if it's a performance. Now, after a month and a half of just putting myself out there in this manner, I'm excluding, well, 2 months. I'm excluding about a month just because I was very, very sick with the virus, the big bad virus. And I'm excluding that month just because, yeah, I had the sickness, the plague, and even so, it doesn't feel performative anymore. It doesn't feel as if I am doing something more than I'm usually doing. My mind has really put the things in order so that it says, oh, it's just another thing that he's doing. It's not just that thing that we do sometimes. So it doesn't just feel alien to me. It doesn't feel as if, oh my God, what am I doing? And I'm trying to expand the time in which I'm speaking like this, the comfort zone. I'm expanding the circle of competence because I'm trying to push the boundary over and over and over, because that's where the improvement comes from. It does come, well, it's in two parts. Consistency, that's the number one thing. If you don't have consistency, the other thing that I'm trying to tell you is not gonna work, because you're not gonna be able to do the next thing. So consistency for a long period of time with a lot of repetitions. I filmed myself for about 800 times in the last 6 months. That's consistency, baby. And the next thing is expanding your comfort zone. Whenever you have the feeling, whenever you have the time, whenever you can just expand a bit more into the comfort zone, expanding that comfort zone, that's exactly where you will find the most amount of growth super fast. It comes in bursts, it comes in like stages. And I've noticed that every 2 or 3 months or so, you get another stage of development. You get another stage of improvement. You get another stage of an identity shift. I think that identity shifts are the things that are super important. You don't do something, you become that which you want to do. So let's reiterate that. You don't do something, you become that or that person who does that thing. It's not performative. It's not a one-time thing. You don't just do it. You do it every single day, multiple times a day, until you become the kind of person who that thing just becomes flawless. It becomes super easy to do, because that's the only way to really see extreme results. I'm a firm believer that if you have consistency and you really demand and you take so much action, so much massive action, you will see massive amounts of progress. I do think that progress is very interesting because we see it day by day. It's as if you are with your own child and you see him grow, and you don't see these big shifts in growth because it doesn't happen so fast that you can notice it, because you are too close to it. And with ourselves, we cannot distance ourselves, but we have this avenue, we have this tool at our disposal, this camera. You can film yourself doing something, and you can keep track of the improvement and go back like 3 months ago. You can go back on this channel 6 months ago, 3 months ago, 7 months ago when I started the channel, and you can see how much more life I have inside of me when doing these videos right now. As opposed to when I started, I was just dead. I was just, Now, if you were here in the room with me, you would be like, oh my God, when is this guy gonna stop talking? Speaking of stopping to talk, let's start the meditation right now. And there you go. The meditation is over. What a wonderful session this was. I was dreaming of my dream house yet again. And yeah, I got distracted. I honestly get more distracted about nice things, which is super interesting to get distracted by positive thinking and wishful thinking rather than garbage and malaise and not malaise, but negative thoughts and negative thinking. It's much better to just think of the things that you want, think of the things that you dream of, or the possibilities that you desire, and all of those things. I think that's the most important thing that you should be thinking about, and not only thinking about, but really putting yourself out there in order to, I don't know, it's way better to get distracted by those things. I got so distracted that I forgot how to speak proper English, and I forgot how to enunciate and use my whole brain. I'm just daydreaming. I know I should have meditated. I did meditate, but sometimes you get a bit distracted. And I feel as if that's a good distraction for a little bit of time, just to imagine how it would be to have a different entire life. I think that's the most important thing that you should do with your life, which is to live and to dream and to feel happy and to be positive, because what else are you gonna do? Just bitch and moan and be unhappy and unsatisfied for the rest of your life? At least be satisfied. I think that's one of the greatest things that you can offer yourself. Like, be satisfied and happy right now, because you are on the track of improving your life. And even if you are not, you should also feel happy because you are here. You are here, and you shouldn't make yourself feel bad for being and existing and just the situation that you are in. Thank you for watching, and see you tomorrow.